Good afternoon. This is Robert Pulse, and I finished my cooking for Thanksgiving, or halfway through it. I made my springlies, or started my springlies. They're in their 24-hour dry period right now, and so I thought I would sit down here and visit with you folks a little bit. Uh, we had a Zoom meeting yesterday, and I was asked to do a couple demonstrations. And so this is the result of that. Okay, disclaimer. I'm neither a professional nor an expert genealogist, just an amateur genealogist that's been doing this since 1992. So I'm just like you. Uh, I don't delete my errors. I try to leave them in and show you how I recovered from them. This is a vlog. It's kind of a log of what I do. It's a collaborative effort. I'd like to have you take and comment on it and give me some ideas about other ways I can take and do stuff. I want to thank you for all those that have provided comments in the past. And this is actually a video for those that I have not responded or have responded to my presentations that I go too fast in the presentations. And so this is a video you can stop and rewind and play back at slower speeds and so on. So you can do that. So this one really, that's what this video today is all about, because it's what I demonstrated on Thursday. All views expressed are mine, even though this is a SIG and this is the Muskogee Zotero Sig. I am just a member, and this is what I presented there. You should know, I was one of 4 presenters. The other presenters were following Donna Cox Baker and another lady's method of setting up Zotero for genealogy. I do not, and I'm often 180 degrees different than other folks. So that means you don't need to necessarily follow what I'm doing, but it may give you some ideas on how you can take and do yours independently of other options that are out there, or you can pick up one of the options that are out there. I do administer two one named websites, and if you've got any of those surnames, we'd love to have you there. First off, I'd like to thank you. It's a season for doing that, and I want you to know that each and every one of your 311 followers are important to me. I can't say how much that means to me. My original interest, our original goals in doing this have been far exceeded. Comments that I've got back have been well worth the effort that I put into it. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Like I said, I finished my cooking, or I started my cooking, and I'll finish it tomorrow. Went exceedingly well, much better than most years. And so anyway, we'll see how it comes out in the final. Okay, now the first thing that I was asked to demo was my Zotero collections and where they're at. So I wrote them out here for you. First one is family. Well, I'm not going to go through these now. I'm going to go through them in the real life. And then the second page of them. So you have them here, and you can take and look at them. And you can, like I said, you can slow these down. And I still messed a dash line in there. So anyway, let's go look at those, and let's handle that first. Okay, this is my Zotero. This is the genealogy tab. As everybody knows, I have a lot of other tabs that I do. I do all my research in Zotero now. The first tab is the 2025 questions, okay? Now, if you've been following me, you know that I ask my family questions and at Thanksgiving each year that they would like to have me research the next year in genealogy. And these are the questions that they have asked. And so I have those questions, and I work on those during the year. Next is JAI. You might find it very interesting that I keep track of my prompts, but not just my prompts, but I keep track of anyone else that comes along and gives me prompts. So just as an example, here's the one I'm currently using in the military. I said, transcribe the information on so-and-so and so-and-so and convert the acronyms to plain English. This was a military document. And so there's military acronyms all through it. And so that's, so I keep track of my prompts. I'll use those again. Here's photo identification. Here's reference numbers. And here's summaries of family stories. So those are the main ones I'm working on right now. Okay, next was communications. These are the people that I network with for a lot of genealogy information. Some of them are immediate family members, and some of them are distant family members. All of them are family members except for maybe the St. Louis Library. And so I have also, there should be some more archives in here. I've been writing to the Oklahoma Historical Society, and I see I don't have a tab for that, so I'll have to correct that today. The next tab is DNA, and I have ancestry, family tree, GEDmatch, overall information in MyHeritage. So these are places I have DNA at, and then of course the overall. So there's all my research and connections and everything that I've done there. Now we're getting into the individual files, and I'm going to close this one for the moment. The individual's military, I'm doing it. One of the family questions was the military history of the family, who was in what wars and where were they located and what did they do and stuff of that nature. So that's been a major project this last year. And so I have collected all those. I have broken those out by generations like this, 1 through 12, and each one of these. Most of the 8th and 12th, 8th and 9th, generation 11 and 12, are DARs. So that's Revolutionary War. So that's how far back I have to go to take and get to the Revolutionary War in my family. So this is broken out by generations at the moment. In the process of doing this, by the way, on Thursday, I saw another process which I think will eliminate some of the problems this process is generating. So you have to stick around and see if I change it. I may experiment with the other one and see if it's a better way of documenting this. Individual Smithfield, that's a fan project that I'm working on. That's in the city of, it was the city of Smithfield. It's now Middleway, West Virginia. It was Virginia at the time. My family went through there and a lot of things happened there that I'm trying to understand. Individuals for Others. Individuals for Others is basically where various organizations that I'm in do try to assist people with their brick walls. And so these are the various places where we've tried to assist people with brick walls, and I store that information here in case we go back to them. And we have gone back to 1 or 2 of them. Individuals living, that's my family members that are living that for some reason or other I needed to take and do some research on. I don't normally research living. Individuals mainline, these are the people who have contributed DNA to me. And again, I've just recently broken them out in generations. The problem I'm having with generations is I liked having all the names in a row, and I don't like the separate folders like this. So I may be using that method that I learned on Thursday, that it was demonstrated to me on Thursday. So that's a possibility. Oh, that's another. Okay, now let's go on down here. I need to leave that open. So there's a few people in there. No, individuals, not mainline. These are the aunts and the uncles and the in-laws and so on. And frankly, I'm thinking about taking and breaking out the in-laws soon into a separate file. My wife's starting to do quite a bit more research now, and so I keep the references for her. Key reference sites, okay? Right now, it's only got the Oklahoma History Society collections in there. I should also put the Colorado reference sites in there because they're key sites where I've been. Locations. We've been doing location documents just like are in Research Like a Pro that we learned how to do in Research Like a Pro. And so this is where I broke that information out of tools the other day and bring it out separately because it seems to be when you're researching someplace, you want to go to a catalog of the places to take and find data there. So my responsibilities in genealogy. So this has got the Facebook sites, the one name Facebook sites I was talking about earlier, and my Find a Grave sites. So here's the ones that I administer at Find a Grave. I hope to take and add some more to that pretty soon. That's an active thing I'm doing. The Smithfield project again. This is all the data that's not personal data for that fan project I was discussing earlier. Societies, I am a member. Okay, these are the societies that I told you I'm a member of several societies. And so I keep the meeting notes here to give you an idea. This is the Tuesday Muskogee site. And so this right here is the chat. So that's I save the chat and I put it in here. And so I can search on all this stuff. And these are the things we discussed in the links and so on that we brought up. There were quite a few things discussed because it's a non-structured discussion, and everybody brings their findings and what they've done, all types of information, and some of these things I contributed, some things that other people contributed, and so these are the things that are there. So I put them into the meeting because I'll remember that at some meeting that we had such and such thing, that we discussed such and such thing, and I may need that later on, and I constantly am doing stuff like that. And so that's the societies that I present. Then I have societies that have presenters and more. So these are places that I go to and I listen to YouTube videos, different types of training videos. You can see who I listen to, and there's a lot of sites that I go to. Okay, the genealogy software. This is software that we've discussed from time to time, and I'll put it in here in case I decide I need it later on. So. And it's also got the current software that I'm using, like Roots Magic and Zotero and so on. Genealogy sources. I have sources that are in process, sources that I have outstanding requests for information, sources to be researched. Okay. And there are sources that I've used to go in here, but I've developed a title. Genealogy surname research. This is the various surnames that are in my family. And this is where I store stuff on surname research. And then genealogy tools. When I have a subject that I'm going to take and research, these are the handouts from the various courses on these subjects. These are the links that come out of those courses, so that there's all my tools. I have this, and I also have a file on my drive that goes back even further than this. This is since I started using Zotero. Okay, that said, that's my current collections on Zotero. The next thing that I was asked to do was, that I volunteered actually to do, was to demonstrate the connector in Zotero. So let's take this here just to show you how I do names in there. This is by reference number, which is a number I assign, and it only means something to me, but my whole filing system is built on that number. This is the family search ID. This is Yeah, the family search ID. It's what family search uses for this individual. This is their name. Okay. So we'll take the family search ID and we'll copy that and we'll come over to here and we will come to family tree and we'll come down to find. This is family search. Come down to find. Now, most of the time when you come down to find, it comes up here, but you can hit this tab and you can paste the family search ID in there. A lot of people don't know how to do this, so I'm going through it step by step. And there he is. Okay. And here are all his sources. Okay. So you have his sources right here. And let's go back to Zotero. We got to go to that individual. This is how you use the connector. Let's close some of this stuff down so I can have something I can scroll through. Close this. And let's see. That was 13,732. Told you I got to have those numbers. 13,732, 732, 760, 34. It should be right there. There he is. So this is the individual. So this I really missed multiple screens and I don't know how to demonstrate that. And I've shown you this. Okay. And so I've gotten here and I've got this information. I've already done that one. So let's do, the one I demonstrated on Thursday. Let's do another one. German marriages. And this is a family search and this is how family search works. You come down here and you get this. And there is the document for that individual. Now the connector is right here. You click on that and see how it's put it into his file. Okay. Now let's go look at it. And there it is right there. Okay. Now what I do when I'm here is I go back to here. This is always a lot of fun. Because the event date is 1743. So I come back and I relabel. Oops. Go to the right page. Come on. I relabel this 1732. And then in front of it, I will put my reference number. And I found out I needed to do that. So each one of these records are unique. So if things get scrambled at some point in time, you can recreate it based on reference number. So I have it by date and I have it there. Now you have to click down here somewhere in order for that to take. You notice it has taken now and it's now in timeline order. So to show you how this works out, whoops, I got a 32, wasn't it? There he is. To show you how this works out, let's do one that's already completed and we'll do my mother. Let's do my mother. So I put three things at the top. The first one is the status. It tells me what date I did what in there. And then I've also got a full text status for her. I haven't put this on any of the others yet, but I think I'll probably will because full text keeps adding and adding. They added newspapers last week. And so it's you got to continually go back to full text and run it to take and see that you got all the data out of it. And then this is connections up and down. A friend of mine had once asked me, "Are you sure those people are in your family?" So I've taken DNA tests, and they show up. The 8 grandparents each have people coming down through it that I've got DNA test on. So I've developed a system for what I call connectivity up and down. And I'm primarily concerned with connectivity down, and that means the parents to the child. And in this case, it's my mother to me, and I say it's strong and it's green. That means that I have one primary source, my birth certificate, that has her name on it. And the green is the color code that I use in Roots Magic. And every place else to take and show that this connection has met the criteria to be a strong connection. A medium connection would be one non-primary document that has that date, time, and location on it. And then uh, uh, one that doesn't have any of that is the third color. Okay. So anyway, then this is what it looks like when you have it all in timeline. So this is the timeline for her. Okay. And it goes all the way down through here. So everything's in timeline. You can go down to one of these documents. This is this 1950 census. You'll be able to see me on this. Okay. And click there. And it goes to that census, that document. And there it is. Okay. So that's how Zotero works. And it should have notes. Oh, I haven't put any notes on that one. Let's try and find one that's got notes on it. Well, okay, this one's got notes on it. This is Florida, and there's 2 notes on it. So here's Florida marriages. So that's the source of the document. I changed that since then. I've integrated it all together, and here are the people that are on that document. So if you go back and you look at this document, and as you can tell, I'm not totally consistent about what I do. You'll find all that information here. Now, when I copy this information, I'll take and do this and bring it down to here. The problem with that, and a Control C. Now, the problem with this information is that you get all this formatting with it. So I go to this here, which is the pad that comes with Windows, and I'll paste it in here. Now that strips all that formatting information off, and then I'll take and copy that and put that into a note right here. Whoops, that's the wrong one. It's this one. Now see, this didn't have that stripped off of it, so this will show you the difference. I'll put this in there, and now I've stripped all this formatting information that's on here off here. This is an old one, and this is something I've learned to do in the last 90 days, is to strip all that formatting information off. Makes a smaller file, makes it cleaner, and you can highlight this. I don't know if you know how to highlight, but you can highlight this right here, and I generally choose a color. So, okay. So that's how you use the connector, and that's how I make timelines in my information. Now, I also go through here when I start doing this. I used AI to take and do some analysis. I use folders. I've rejected some things. There's a lot of people with Mary Kern's name in Indiana, and sometimes you need to know you rejected the reports. If you're doing a research log, you need to know what you rejected and what you accepted. And then I have the searches that I've done in here. So this has got the URL and Ancestry that I did for her. This is the family search results. This is the family search results using her number. Here's the full text search. So I can go there and see the full text of hers. So when I do the full text, close this, I can go back here and see the key thing I want to see when I come back here is, this right here, how many results there are, and go look for that. And there are more results here than the last time I was here. I can tell you that right now. So I've got to go update my mother stuff. And so this is searching that, and then here's searching newspapers.com. Now I call that throwing the kitchen sink at someone. I have about 25 searches that I do that are built in Roots Magic 11, and that's an advanced subject and not appropriate for this one, this conversation. So anyway, I throw the kitchen sink. My Zotero playlist, okay, is here that you can see, like here. These are my Zotero YouTube videos that you have access to. You can take and go down through here. You'll see I've done several on how I'm organized in Zotero That's because I change it a lot and I'm moving stuff around all the time. Color coding, PDF files, uh, triggering ideas, all kinds of different subjects that I've covered in Zotero. So feel free to take and use those. Go through and view those. Contact information. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I do respond to comments. Takes me a while because I'm not always doing genealogy. Please comment with additional topics you think I should address. Anything that you want me to do that you see me do and you want an expanded view on, that would be a good example. Uh, Lots of things that I do that I haven't documented some. And again, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I know it's the season, but I do appreciate your uh, support and everything. Okay, now let's see if I can do this. There.